Howdy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm enjoying that intro.
Oh, yeah. I have some pretty cool stuff. Peter, also known as Gonna Go For It on Twitter, makes me really cool stuff like that. So shout out to him.
That's a lot of talent.
That is, his thing is he'll contribute artwork to different artists because he can't contribute financially.
I
So
get
he's
it.
like, "Hey, I'll just make some stuff for you," and I'm like, "Stuff is always good." All right, we got some people in the chat. They're showing up for our superb owl. Really quick, I want to say hi. Krabby Hermit, Prince of Atheism. We've got Sir Little Wolf gave us a little aroo. Big Zebras here. Hemp Hill, what's going on? Already talks about that sinister porpoise. Okay, so here we go. So with
Hello,
us
everyone.
today is Dr. Stephen Hobbs, who is a biologist and an instructor, and he does lots of things. I know you've been on the channel before, but we
I have
might have new people watching. So would you like to talk about yourself?
no. That's my least favorite thing to do. I always kind of joke that I want to hide in plain sight. No,
I understand.
I have been a professor of chemistry and physics and biology. I currently teach biology, anatomy, physiology, microbiology, and so on. I also do research. I do research for immunology. What I'm trying to develop is a vaccine that actually works against tuberculosis. Now,
Oh, that'd be
yeah.
cool.
So the vaccine that we have works about half the time. It only works in
Mhm.
kids. It does prevent some diseases from developing, of course, but we've got a long way to go. And knowing that 1 billion people on the planet have tuberculosis, I've been working on this for a while.
Yeah,
It could save hundreds of millions of lives.
that would be awesome. Is it similar to the mRNA vaccines we're seeing?
No, I'm doing this a different way. I'm gonna do a subunit vaccine.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, cool beans. We'll have to have you back on to get more detail about that, if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely.
So why are we here?
Well, today is the Superb Owl celebration.
That's right.
We are here to talk about owls. Now, please caveat: I am not an ornithologist. I'm not.
I'm
I
not either.
love these birds, though. Every time I've seen them and interacted with them, it's just been like heaven for me.
It's
I
really
kind of
neat.
it's great.
I like to travel, and one of the things I like to do is to go outside and listen to the bird songs in the morning because they're always different.
Yes.
They're always
I live in the desert, so the owls that we have are ground burrowing, and I can go listen to them, and they go. That's a weird hoot. But every now and then we'll get a great horned owl, which is relatively rare, but we get one about once a year or so. Well, these owls, I mean, they're going to get my attention. You can hear them for a mile, but a lot of times they hang out back, and I just get to go outside and watch as they just sit there. And I'm still going to watch, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
I've got some pictures of different owls. There's several websites that you can check out.
Oh yes, absolutely.
There's one. Okay, there's the Owl Research Institute, and I'll pull this up. ID guide. We can
While you're
go
doing that,
through
I got it.
here.
Says, can this new vaccine give us ordinary powers? If superpowers are off the table, ordinary powers like not dying of tuberculosis, yes.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
That's a good power to have.
Let's have a look at some
Sure.
of these owls and see which ones are your favorites. So you mentioned the great horned owl, right?
I did.
Where did it go? Here it is. I am terrible with the Latin names. Bubo virginianus, is that it?
Yep. Virginianus.
Virginianus. Okay, like Virginia. Okay,
Yep.
is that where they found there usually?
They are found in those areas. They are found pretty much anywhere in the United States.
Ah, here we go.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blue right there. Let me blow this up so we can see it
Thankfully.
better.
So they'll do everything from the Appalachian forest. They do well. They do okay in the desert Southwest, as long as there's something to perch on.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of echoes.
You hear some echoing on your end?
I do.
I don't hear any on my end.
Interesting. I mean, it's fine.
Okay. That's all right. I can just go, whoo, and then it'll echo for a bit. And then I don't have to, spend a lot of energy doing that.
Give me just a second to fit headphones. Maybe that'll work.
Okay, cool. You only hear Dr. Hobbs echoing. Okay. Okay. Crabby Hermit.
How about that?
That's cool. Crabby Hermit says, I have filmed a great horned owl and we hear it.
Where?
Where were you filming your owl? Because we're going to need pics or it didn't happen. So this is the great horned owl. Let's see. Closest relative is the snowy owl. I wonder. Oh, the echo. You hear this? Okay. Outside my window. Let's have a look at the snowy owl. So the great horned owl is similar to the snowy owl. So let's pull that bugger up. All right.
One of my favorites.
I'm going to put these side by side so we can have a look. So they're the closest relatives to each other. I don't know. Okay, so it's Buboscandiacus.
That's correct.
Okay. I've always been terrible with the Latin names. I don't know why that is. The chemistry names I got, but the Latin's hard.
That's all emphasis.
Oh, goodness. All right. So we got a snowy owl. We see them primarily. Where do we see them? Okay. So they're a little more peppered around.
Yes, the northern range.
Northern area, wintering and breeding. Boy, they go really up north for breeding.
Yes, they do. They are also called the Arctic owl.
Arctic owl? Okay. Okay, still a little bit of echo. Well, that's okay. Y'all are just going to have to grin and bear it. Hedwig. Somebody said Hedwig.
Yes. From Harry Potter.
Yeah, that does look like Hedwig, doesn't it? That makes me wonder. Okay, I don't know that much about whether or not they use CGI owls, but I know owls can be trained. So maybe they had a stunt owl and then a CGI owl. I don't know how that works. Oh, do you have any thoughts on whether or not they use an actual real owl for Harry Potter?
They did for the models.
For the models, for the CGI. Okay. Oh, look, there's sound.
Snowy owl, Nyctia scandiaca.
Okay, is that the guy or is that the actual owl? I have to hear his representation. Okay, so we see the great horned owl. There's clear distinctive differences between the two. Let me go back up. All right, so snowy owl. This one looks like little ears because he's got the little pointed little feathers at the top. Those aren't actually ears, though.
No, those are just tufts.
The ladies like those, I guess. So they still have. So let's hear the great horned owl as done by a human.
Great horned owl, Bubo virginianus.
They have a low budget.
For about $3.
That's okay. So snowy owl sizes. Let's look at this. Let's see. Males 55 to 64 centimeters, which is about 2 feet. Females get even bigger than males.
They do most of the time.
I mean, they carry the babies, so usually. I don't know of any that don't, but that's okay. Let's see the size of the males for the great horned owl. So we got, oh, they're a bit smaller. The horned owls are a bit smaller than the snowy owls, but that makes sense though, right?
Especially if in the Arctic.
Because they need that extra layer of insulation.
You got it.
The wingspan. Where is the wingspan? I thought I saw it.
I think it's further up.
Was it further up? I don't see it. Okay. That's all right. Snowy owls eat lemmings, voles, and other rodents, often birds and sometimes rabbits and other small mammals.
The interesting thing is that owls will eat owls.
You know, cheetahs will eat other cheetahs, and tigers will eat cheetahs, and then polar bears will eat other baby polar bears. Cannibalism in the natural world. Let's see. I was going to look up something over here and I forgot already. Deep booming hoots. That sounds like a very interesting cover band for something. We're going to go see the Deep Booming Hoots tonight. Oh, no, that does sound fun, though. I would go see that band. Oh, I was going to look at what they eat. Okay. Great horned owl diet. Small mammals such as hares, ground squirrels, and voles. Also preys on birds, amphibians, reptiles, fish, and insects. My goodness. I have a tiny chihuahua who's the size of a shoe, and we have a lot of predatory birds out here. And the only way I'll let her stay outside by herself is if her big brother is out there with her, because he's huge and barks at everything. That's the only way I'll let her go outside and stay out there, because he's I don't know, he's just big. He used to be small and then he got really big and he yells at everything. So I thought, there's not going to be any predatory birds going to go and try to take on him.
Hopefully not.
He's like about the size of a Shetland pony, a little small one. And he barks and scary. All right, let's have a look. There was a top 15 cutest owls in the world. So I thought we could judge this list and see.
The tawny owl.
That's a what?
Tawny owl. He wins.
Tawny owl. Okay. They're big round faces and fluffy looking bodies. So elf owls, boreal owls, burrowing owls, snowy owls, white-faced owls. I think we're going to have to go through and have a look. Do they have actual pictures? So here's an elf owl. That one's
Dwarf owl.
That's a dwarf owl.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's go back to our list. I'm trying to see if I can find. Oh, they call it an elf owl here.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, you should write a very strongly worded letter to the Owl Research Institute. Is it even in this picture?
Normally they're on the saguaro or in it.
Probably somewhere in that. Yeah. Okay. What do they eat? They're so tiny.
Insects.
Insects. Yep. There you go. Called it. Eats exclusively insects. Let's hear the human do this.
Elf owl, Microthene whitneyi.
The elf owl is the smallest North American owl, and although it is generally associated with saguaro cacti, it is a common resident in a wide variety of desert and riparian woodlands. Lacking ear tufts, it has a cinnamon facial disc, yellow eyes, and a greenish-yellow bill.
Okay, they call it facial discs.
Yeah, if you look at their facial structure when they're little,
Mm-hmm.
you can see their facial disc.
Okay. What is it? Is it like I'm trying to figure out how to pull that up. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Baby owlets.
Okay. Baby owlets. Apparently, that's a product for babies. Let's just view images. All right. Oh my goodness. Then I see pictures like this and I think, is that real?
That you have large snot, but the one at the top on the right.
Right there?
No, 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 on the
This
the
way.
other right. Yes, ma'am. There you
Okay.
go. So now you can see the facial disc.
Okay, so it's a little heart-shaped thing. It's like, oh, hey, look. It's almost like it is like a plate, isn't it? It's like a flat plate with eyeballs and a little beak that comes out, kind of reminiscent of the dark crystal, those things. And
I've thought that many times.
bit scary that.
Or the grays.
Mm-hmm. What about that one?
Cute but fake.
That one's fake. Here's one running.
I like that one.
That one's a baby barn owl. Do they crossbreed at all? Do we know? Okay.
I'm assuming they can.
All right. I'll just Google crossbreeding owl species. Okay. Hybrids complicate spotted owl review. Well, let's have a look. That's at the spokesman. I don't know. That was in 2004. I don't know how. I guess maybe this is.
I mean, it is rare. But I'm not going to say they won't.
So they have a male hybrid owl produced by a northern spotted owl and a barred owl, snatches a mouse. So this is the picture. Let me see if it's big enough to where I can blow it up. Boy, that's a really creepy face.
Yeah.
That almost looks like a person, looking at you in a wingsuit or something. It's weird. Gosh, that's the big dog. So that's interesting. Okay. Are there other instances? Let's see. So this is, okay, that's a WordPress site. I don't know. Sparred owl. It looks like they have a few. Spotted owl's new nemesis. So apparently we've got some spotted owls that are breeding with different, and this is with the Smithsonian. I'll put this link in the chat. So we have apparently an issue with spotted owls breeding with others. And that's a problem. A new nemesis. A battle between environmentalists and loggers left much of the owl's habitat protected. Now the spotted owl faces a new threat. Okay.
Deforestation.
Yeah. That's part of it, I would think. Let's see. Every chick counts. This reminds me of Monty Python. Every That shouldn't remind me of that, but it does for some reason. As climate chaos, whether if the spotted owl is any guide of such conflicts, come quickly upend. Sorry. So it looks like the barred owls and the spotted owls, they're doing their thing and they're crossbreeding. But this isn't uncommon for us to see this anytime that there's human involvement with a thing.
They do what they can.
Have you heard about the pigs around Fukushima?
Not directly.
Pigs
are notorious for this.
Yeah, there's wild hybrid radioactive pigs now that actually bred with the boars. So all the pigs that were in the farms, and whenever they had to evacuate all of the surrounding areas, the pigs went out into the woods, hooked up with the boars, and now they're more aggressive, and they can handle a larger amount of radioactivity than people. And
They're going to take over.
it's a real problem. There's bounties on them and everything in Japan. I only know this because that just happened to come across my feed once. So, I mean, maybe we're going to get some interesting new owls come out of this.
I hope so. I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fun.
Even more to post about.
That's right. I wish they had more pictures of the elf owl. Look, so there's an album. I guess this is an album. Let's open. Oh, hold on. Can I click on it? It goes black. So apparently Denver Holt does hoots, toots, and calls, as well as clacks and hisses.
That's his job. He gets paid for this.
I mean, there are worse jobs, aren't there? Okay. Let's see. So they rated that this elf owl, or the dwarf owl as you called it, as number 1. That's the number 1 owl.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that? The boreal owl. I'm assuming that this is in the boreal forest.
Yes.
Which will probably be torn down next after the Amazon's gone, right?
That's where they're headed.
I know, isn't it terrible? That's the largest supplier of oxygen next to the ocean, I believe.
Yes.
It
refreshes about 25% of our atmosphere.
Yeah. So good news, everyone. It's just what you're gonna do. All right. So the boreal owl. Well, that's pretty cool. He's got a very, they always associate owls with wisdom because they look like they're really thinking.
They're patient and have big eyes.
Yes. Let's see if we can find information. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go back to the previous page. Boreal owls. They have so many neat pictures here. Here he is. Oh,
so cool.
Yeah. Another Latin word. Let's see if I can get this right. Aegolius funarius. Funarius. Maybe it's funarius. Oh, I don't know. Let's hear it.
Boreal owl, Aegolius funarius.
Oh, I got it. Yay. I'm used to hearing stuff like that.
I would love that.
So that's the boreal owl. Mostly small mammals, voles and shrews, occasionally birds, larger mammals, and insects. Well, they don't live in my area, but they seem to be heavily up north because boreal forests near Russia, right?
Or Canada.
Or Canada. They're having fun right now. They're having a blast. So boreal owl is number 2 on the cuteness. If you guys have any favorite owls in the chat, drop it there and let's have a look. You see your home. I do too. I live there. Oh goodness. All right, let's have a look. Where did it go? Not that one. This one. Oh, that's the burrow. Here we go. I have lots of owl information. So the burrowing owl. This is slightly different from the horned owl, right?
No, very different.
So this one likes to dig in the ground, right?
Kind of.
They
normally are found in the burrows of like mammals, prairie dogs and so on.
Oh, okay. Let's pull up their information. I'm going to go back. Okay. Burrowing owl. I don't see. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Let's see how big this one is. Athene. Oh, God. It's the C word.
Cunicularia.
Cunicularia? Is
Yep.
that it? Cuna Q, or is it Q? Q is it
Coup.
Q? Okay. See, I'm great with prefixes and suffixes, but this stuff, man, they're just playing with that. Okay. Ground owl, prairie dog owl, gopher owl, and cuckoo owl. All right. Is it the cuckoo owl because it says cuckoo?
No, it's because it's on the ground.
Okay. All right. So not too big. Not too big. 7.5 to 9.8 inches. So 19 to 25 centimeters. Female's about the same size. Wingspan 19.6, about 2 feet. 2 feet. Ranges from southern Canada all the way through South America, also found in Caribbean islands. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Eats lots of insects. It also eats scorpions.
I'm happy about that.
I bet. How many owls actually eat scorpions, do you think? I don't know. Let's see. So non-breeding areas way down south. Probably it's too hot and humid, I guess. I don't know. Year-round breedings, middle area. And then main breeding is towards the top. Huh. Okay. Let's hear this one.
Burrowing owl, Athene cunicularia.
What do you think about that? Oh, I can't hear you now. Okay, can't hear him now, but that's all right. Gonna sort out. I still can't hear you. You can drop out and come back if you need to. I don't know if that'll work. Okay. He will be right back. I will catch up on the chat while we're waiting on Dr. Steven. I'm not sure if it's an owl, but the great Putu is pretty cool. I've heard it called an owl, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, let's look that up. Okay. Great Putu. Wow, look at that. Let's look this up. eBird. Ah, okay. I will say hi to him. He looks like a Muppet. Okay. I can hear you now. Yes.
Still an echo.
It's all right. It's all right. So I brought up
Have you heard him?
the Putu?
Patu, yeah.
Oh no, Patu. Sorry.
He says, "Mom, Mom."
Let's hear.
Here he comes.
Sounds like Jason going through the woods, gonna kill some campers. Mom. What in the heck, man?
One more.
I need to make that ringtone for my mom when she calls. Oh my goodness, I'm hurting. It's so funny. And so it's Potu.
These night jars are related.
Ah, is this an actual owl, though? Somebody was curious.
No, not exactly. They are related, but pretty distant.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking, though.
I love that picture.
Wait, the one right there? Yeah.
Yep. That's
Just
their
funny.
safety thing. That's what they do. They don't fly away. When they get all scared, they just sit there.
Yeah. T-Rex can only catch you if you move. And other lessons we've learned from Jurassic Park. That's good camouflage, though.
Perfect.
It's
I've walked
great.
behind them. They run on a fence post. Walking right beside.
Just hanging out. All right. So Prince of Atheism had put that up. H. Hemphill said to say hi to you. He's known as Bunkaih, Bunkai H on Twitter. So he wanted to say hi. Okay, let's see. Back to our top 15 cutest owls in the world. We're looking at the burrowing owl. Hello, Titan. The snowy owl. We were looking at him earlier, him or her. I don't know how to sex an owl outside of just picking them up and looking.
Each one's pretty different.
Oh, goodness. Southern white-faced owl. Well, he looks like he's got a mustache going on, huh?
Yep.
Big old eyeballs. Let's see what he's got going on. Let's find him. Snowy. Okay, I'm going to have to just pull it up in the list here. What was his name? Southern white-faced owl. Sorry. Okay. I don't see. Where is he? He's not in my list. I guess these are mostly the ones that are in the U.S. There's the northern saw-whet owl, western screech. All right, we'll just have a look at what they have to say about the southern white-faced owl. I don't know. He kind of looks like an old Jonas Jameson from Spider-Man or something. I don't know. Like, I saw that movie recently. It was pretty good. Oh, they live in Africa. And they're about 10 inches long. So this is number 5. Yes.
They're cute.
They're cute. So we like snowy owl, burrowing owl. I mean, they got like cute little eyeballs and their cute little beaks sticking out. And then we've got the boreal owl. He's thinking lots of thoughts. And then the elf
How to stay
owl.
warm.
Yeah. Thinking burns calories. Maybe he's sorting out relativity or something. I don't know. We're figuring it out. Okay. Flammulated owl. What in the world is this about?
This is new.
Flammulated owl. They're just bigger than a sparrow and have large black eyes set in their tiny round heads. They breed in western U.S. states and spend the winter in Mexico and Central America. But they are hard to spot as they are so small and spend most of their time at the top of trees. Well, I need more information. Here it is. Flammulated owl. Okay. I think I might have seen him on National Geographic or something for like an ad with the flying owls. Highly nocturnal.
Black eyes.
Yep. There we go. Okay, so I'm seeing cyloscops, which makes me think night vision, right? Has to do with eyes.
Yep.
What I want to know is, what is the flammelios? Lulus or flammel. Oh, God, I can't say the word. Okay. I'm just going to press play here.
Flammulated owl. Otis flammeolus.
He said polis. Let me try again.
Flammulated owl, Otis flammiolis.
They may have changed his name. That happens a lot.
Yeah, when they find out they land in a different portion of the tree. Yeah. The genetic tree.
Apparently, the flammulated portion means that they've got flame-like structures. It's just the color of their feathers.
Oh, okay. All right. There is very little geographic variation throughout this species because of its large gene pool or large population. Flammulated owls are highly nocturnal and extremely well camouflaged. Yeah, they look like trees. I'm sorry about the echo. And making them difficult to find and even more difficult to study. Let's hear what he sounds like.
As you would expect from an owl.
He's a hooter. They have a lot of information about him on his anatomy and adaptations. Okay, so the unique vocal anatomy of the flammulated owl produces a call unlike that of other small owls. The call of this species is hoarse with low frequency notes that produce sounds similar to the calls of large owls. Let me ask you, are you watching the YouTube video live?
No.
Oh, okay. I just thought I'd ask. Just maybe that was an echo thing. Alrighty. They have a lot of information on this guy. I think this is their favorite.
I can understand why. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
New to me.
So they've found flammulated owl fossils have been found in several areas of North America. Some are estimated at 600,000 years old. So they've been found with whiskered screech owls and eastern screech owls. That's cool.
Little communities.
They're so floofy and cute. He's eating a moth here.
Poor moth.
Yeah. They have weak feet, less keen hearing. Well, that's a shame. That's all right.
They seem to be doing okay.
Yeah, been around 600,000 years at least. That's pretty awesome. All right. What about a spotted owlet?
Also a favorite.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. Is it just the spotted owl then, I guess? Okay, they're a bit more spread out in highly selective areas.
They like fir trees.
Okay. So that's interesting. They'll go all the way down into South America and up into Alaska, it looks like. Pretty close in Canada area. A little bit. North America only, West Coast states, Southwest states, and Western Mexico. That's kind of interesting, particularly with the climate difference.
Also depends on the. I'm sorry, the echo's killing me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It also depends on like the breeding availability, where they will move back and forth. Sometimes they will move, sometimes they don't.
I'm trying to think if there's a way that I can fix your echo thing on this side, and I can't. So
that's why I'm slightly distracted. Trying to fix it over here.
It's not working. Okay. Let's see. Somebody mentioned that the long-eared owl is their favorite. Let's look that one up. Oh, look at it. It's so cute.
Shh. He can hear you over here.
Oh, Lord, he be hearing. Oh, my goodness. I wonder why, like, mainstream music hasn't tapped into sampling owl sounds into, like, their percussion.
I'm 100% here for that. Absolutely.
I'll have to send a message to my friend Hannibal. He's a producer out of Atlanta. I'm like, you need this song needs some more owl. Instead of cowbell, we could do with more owl. Here's a video. Okay, let's watch a video then. Let's see how this goes.
That was pretty quiet.
He is pretty quiet. He's not doing anything. Let me jump ahead. He's like, you expect me to perform on demand? This owl says, not today. That's pretty cool. Man. All right. Let's see.
If you want to look up something really cool, look up their scleral rings.
Okay, sclerotic rings.
That works.
Okay. All right. There we go. Wow.
We don't find them in mammals, but we do find them in anything that lives in the ocean pretty much, and we find them in vertebrates that are non-mammal.
Oh my goodness. So owls have eyeball bones.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
If you look on that top picture in the middle, fish bones.
Yep. But then you're saying birds came from fish. And if birds came from fish, why are there still fish?
Why are there flying fish?
Mm. Why are there fish with feet?
Give them my hand.
Oh my goodness. The better to focus on mice with, my dear. Yeah, you don't really hear any horror stories associated with owls. You know, you have horror stories with dogs, horror stories with dinosaurs, horror stories with lizards and alligators, and sharks, but never with owls.
What was that alien abduction movie not too long ago that was supposedly like she was a hypnotist or something like that? You remember that?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Let me figure out what that is. I spelled that wrong.
Fourth Kind.
Okay. Oh, okay, The Fourth Kind. I don't think I watched that.
It is garbage.
It sounds like it.
But it had owls in it.
It had owls in it. All right. Okay. And it had Mila Jovovich in it. She's pretty awesome. But the fourth kind. When you find out that sleep paralysis is real, brings a whole new perspective to alien abductions.
Carl Sagan talked about that too.
Did not know sleep paralysis was a thing when I was growing up, and I got it. I thought we were all cursed in my house. And then I moved. I'm like, it's still happening to me. I'm a hunter.
It's the abduction.
Oh, that's what it is. I had sleep paralysis demons. I've wrestled elementals in hell. Monks were around my bed at one point and were chanting for me. Another one would sit on my dresser and make certain I was okay. I appreciated that one.
You gotta stop eating onion after 9.
But once I learned what sleep paralysis was, that helped a lot. I have very few episodes now because I just write it out. Lucid dreaming's great. Okay, back to our list. Crested owl.
He's so pretty.
He is. He looks like one of them old librarians that have massive eyebrows that sit around and they're like, shh. Let's see if he's on this list. Crested owl. I wish they would. It makes me nuts when they do like lists like this and they don't alphabetize it. I don't see him here. That's fine. But boy, he's pretty cool.
I like the fact that he's roughly one color.
Yeah, makes it easier to find him, I guess. But he looks like he can get away. Look at those talons. He's got some talons going on. I wouldn't want to fight him. I don't want to fight owls. I can't imagine. I would not do well in an owl fight. My eyeballs would be gone, I think.
ScientistMel lost to an owl.
It's all right. Barn owls. Boy, they're pretty. It's number 9 on that list. Let's see if we can find it.
They are the oldest extant lineage. About posted about that on Twitter. Their lineage has been around for 25 million years. They evolved prior to that from a related owl species. All of those are gone.
Wow.
I love them.
They're pretty cute.
And they keep us, safe from the plague.
All right, let's click on this bugger. Almost looks like he's got like a little, it's I don't know. The lines here are just so cool. The little lines from his face and onto his body. Prominent facial disc. That's the word. Brow hat. All right, Denver, give it to us.
Barn owl, Tyto alba.
So he hisses. It's a hissing owl.
That's the name we should give it.
The hissing owl. I imagine that probably sounds a lot like a snake to a degree, and maybe that's to ward off predators.
I knew Mrs. Potts before she had a pot hissing.
Oh my goodness. Long legs. Oh gosh, I saw something where they showed in owls, we always think that they have like little short legs, but they don't.
Really long.
Super long. They do that by lifting up all of their feathers, and you see the long legs hanging around. They're like little skinny legs. They skip leg day. Oh my goodness. They prefer open land with some trees, roosts, and nests and barns, buildings, cliffs, and trees. All over the U.S.
Thankfully, I got to see these. They're pretty
These
common
are
here.
pretty fun. Their scritch is shree, shree. I wouldn't call that a shree. I would call that a hiss.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. What do they eat? Small mammals, voles, mice, rarely reptiles. They don't eat snakes, it looks like. Amphibians and arthropods. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, they protect us from the plague. They save most of our farmland. They keep the mice that eat the seeds. They keep those in check. They're just brilliant. This is the pet I want.
This will be your owl from Hogwarts, right? I'll send that one. Jungle owlet.
They're small.
Okay. I doubt we have those in the U.S. Since it's the jungle. Alrighty. E-bird. I'm guessing least concern rating is a rating for potential extinction.
Yes.
Okay. It's
noisy.
Oh, sorry. I meant to pause it. Sorry. I was saying this looks like a Western blot, kind of. I'm checking out this Western blot. Which band is that?
Always a scientist. Always.
And it's interesting. They can hit on several kilohertz at the same time.
Yeah,
the lower all the way up to the higher. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. He just looks like he wants to hang out with you and listen to all your stories and tell you it's going to be okay.
And then scream at me.
True. He'll scream at you afterward. Oh, goodness. Hoot owls are what I hear most in both barred and great horned hoot around here, especially at night. It's cool. Hoot owls I wonder, I don't know what their formal name is. Barred owl, I guess. Maybe that's hoot owls. Or great horned owl. It'd be one of the two. Depending on your area. All right, let's have a look. We'll finish the list. I know you're going nuts over the echo.
You're good.
Northern pygmy owl.
I love it so much.
You just want to mush its face. It's so cute.
They're snack-sized.
Snack-sized owl. That's right. Let's see if we can find it in our list over here. Here we go.
Oh, there they are.
They're so little. That looks like glaucoma. Or at least a bacteria that causes glaucoma. Glossidium noma, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Glaucoma owls. They're cute and tiny.
Look at those babies.
They are serious. And that mama's serious. She's like, what are you doing?
Can you see that? Like a camera raising into your room. Click, click.
Like, what? It's those featherless large birds again. I can't deal with this. They're just walking around. Don't they know how to fly? So the northern pygmy owl, mostly on the west coast. Up into Canada even. Let's see. We don't... Man... Denver Holton has led... Oh, I was about to say Denver Holt. Thought he was going to let us down.
Northern pygmy owl, Clausidium californicum.
Okay.
I used to hear those in Albuquerque.
In Albuquerque. Do you go out and look for the pygmy owls?
Hey, listen.
You told me barred owls. I'm sorry, Crabby Hermit. I did not see that. All right, we're down to the last 4. Spectacled owls. I wonder why they're called that.
It's because they're bandits.
They are. They're bandits. They've been masking before it was cool. Oh my goodness. Where are they located? Central and South America. So we won't find them on our list. But let's look here. Spectacled owl. So the ebird.org. That's the website I've been using for the owls outside of the list that we have. It's pretty great. They got actual bird sounds and not Denver Holt, though he is highly talented. I appreciate his frog sounds that he has in the ambient noise of the outside world. As well. That's nice. Okay. Let's listen to this guy. Interesting. I love that they have like the frequency patterns that you can see. I would graph that. Take all of these frequency patterns of different birds and compare them.
I like his NMR.
That too. I have one of those in my lab and have not played with it.
Oh, I love it.
That would be fun.
I built one at the University of Texas.
I love that stuff. Analytical chemistry, that's my jam. Ural owl.
You're an owl.
Yeah. Urinalysis. He's not impressed by that joke. Ural owls. Okay, I got to look this one up too.
The Ural Mountains.
Yeah, that's right. But Ral owl. That's not right. I need a U. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, he's cute. There's a baby.
Wait, go back to that one. Look at his beak. It looks like a smaller owl.
It does. And his beak has little nostrils. What in the world? I wonder if that's like heat detection or something. Like infrared stuff. That's cool. Let's see. We're going to listen to this guy. Okay. A rap battle between Ural owls and howler monkeys.
I would pay for that.
And it's interesting. It's like he leads up. He's like,
yeah.
ooh, just like the
And then
freaking
just back
howler
down.
monkeys.
He's tired by that point.
Man, that's cool. Eastern screech owl. It's really interesting. You can just about clock where they live based on their feather patterns,
Yes.
on what the trees look like out in that area. That's what's really cool about these. Let's see.
And those are relatively small.
Megascops Asio. I think I did that one right. There's
did.
no like little. No. Okay. Give it to us, Denver.
Eastern screech owl, Otis aco.
It's impressive.
It is. I wonder if Denver goes on tour.
With the howler monkeys.
You know, I wonder if there's like a howler monkey like crew of dudes that like sound like howler monkeys for the same reason as like Denver, and they just, you know, could have rap battles against each other. I would see that. And you got a DJ in the background. Howler monkeys coming out. Denver, you got this. Oh my god.
Sadly, I would be on the front row.
I would too. That sounds like a great night, you know. Little owl.
How big is he?
About 8 inches. In Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Let's look up the little owl. Little Owl Restaurant in West Village. I want the eBird one. Here we go. I see Noctua, which makes me think nocturnal, but that may not be the case.
But his eyes are yellow.
Yeah.
Do you know the three?
Let me see.
Because yellow's diurnal. You're out for the day.
Mhm.
Orange, twilight, dusk and dawn. And night is your either like dark brown or black.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Colors and spectroscopy and all. Let's see. Sometimes active by day, perching quietly on posts or rocks, but mainly active dusk to dawn.
Mhm.
That's strange, huh? Flight low and undulating. Vocalizations are comprised of a range of endearing squeaks and high-pitched hoots. Let's hear your hoot.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah, it sounds like a small puppy.
Or somebody screaming, help.
Somebody said it sounds like a trapped kitten. That may not be good for predators. I hear a trapped kitten. Let me go and investigate and eat it for dinner. That's weird. So they've got a range map here. Okay, so this is a pretty cool site. I'll put this in the chat if you guys want to check it out. ebird.org. They have all kinds of photos. So how do we feel about this list? We're coming up on a little over an hour. Probably
I like them. It's
you
a
like
good
it?
list.
It's a good list. Is there any owl that should have been on the list that wasn't?
The Eurasian eagle owl.
The Eurasian eagle owl. Let's look that up. Let me pull that up here. That's a pretty bird.
Mm-hmm. Look at those babies.
Those babies are serious. Look at that one. That one will stab you in your sleep in the back. This one looks a bit dopey, and this one looks pretty chill.
He's tired.
He is, you know. It's hard being a baby owl, doing baby owl things. Look at those eyes. Man, that's just pretty. Boobo, boobo. Good strong hoot.
And they're massive.
Weekly bar chart. So you can follow owls where they are. That's pretty cool. There was a Jack Black film a long time ago about bird watching. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
Let me see if I can find it. It was pretty cool. Big Year. Oh my God, this film was great. I did not think it would be nearly as awesome as it was. Steve Martin's in it. It's pretty hilarious. So let's play a trailer then so you guys can watch it if you want.
So, what will you design today? A big idea? A small business? All right.
I'm just going to mute that. I love Canva and I use it, but man, for real. It is a great tool, by the way, and it is free for educators. Just letting y'all know. I enjoyed this film, though.
Fallout in a few hours.
Nuclear fallout.
There's going to be major fallout in a few hours.
Nuclear fallout.
Bird fallout.
Have you ever wondered what killed your marriage to Steph in 03?
First of all, I was married to Bridget in 03.
January 1st, I'm out of here.
You realize the phase after retirement looks a little bit like this?
You quit school, you quit work. Dad? Great talking to you.
I just want to do something big, you know?
We need a little adventure.
I'm doing a big year.
A year to do all the things we never could.
Now,
You'd think they'd be exhausted by now.
Race to the bottom?
they're turning their quest
They're men, dear. If they ever stop competing, they die.
into the ultimate competition.
This is my year. I'm gonna make my mark.
Can't miss the flight. There's not another one for a week.
It sucks for him.
Yeah. Cooking?
Yeah.
From the director of The Devil Wears Prada and Marley and Me.
One of us has to beat this SOB.
When it comes to comedy,
Did you just do a victory dance?
No. Maybe. Yes, I did.
go big or go home.
You bought me drinks and got what you wanted.
Really?
You don't want to know.
Steve Martin, Jack Black, Owen Wilson.
Most people wake up one day and realize they didn't do everything they wanted to do. Am I nuts, Edith?
Are you asking me as a therapist or as a wife?
Which one is cheaper?
This is incredible, isn't it? Unless there's a freak blizzard. I shouldn't have said there's going to be a freak blizzard. I jinxed it.
The Big Year.
I'll have to watch that.
I hate it because it doesn't tell you the entire film is a huge competition of them trying to see the most birds by the end of the year.
They left a little bit out.
Yeah, they did. The whole thing. I know. I'm sorry, Maya. And as far as Book of Boba Fett, I have not seen the last episode, so no spoilers. I have to still watch that. But yeah, this entire competition, they do Steve Martin, Owen, what's his face? I forget his name.
Wilson.
Yes, I get him and his brother mixed up all the time. It's terrible. And Jack Black, they're all competing to win the prize of the big year, where they go down a list of all the birds that they have to see, and they're just world hopping. It's great. It's so much fun.
I'll watch it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Oh my goodness. So, how is your superb owl?
So far, so good.
Any bird facts you want me to pull up? I figure we could probably end after an hour and a half. I don't want to keep you too long.
Sure. Owls can be zygodactyl. They have zygodactyly.
Zygodactyly? What is zygodactyly?
They actually have the ability to move a foot or a toe from one side to the other. So rather than being, triple in the front, they can move it to two.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The echo stopped. I don't know what you did, but it worked.
I stopped screen sharing. So maybe you were hearing yourself when I was screen shared with the audio. Oh.
I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't either. Okay. Note for myself. I'll write that down. When screen sharing, there's problems when you share the audio. Ever the learning process with this live streaming stuff.
I know, but that just gave me a huge release because I realized that it's not my computer.
Well, I'm very sorry to have
No, it's fine.
These issues.
I'm okay with an experiment.
Okay, yeah. So yes, it had something to do with the sharing that stuff. Because I was sharing the audio on my computer. And I'm guessing it was picking up your voice twice. And that was being shared. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to yell at Restream about that and say,
So you drove me crazy for an hour.
I'm very sorry.
I'm
But
just
you
kidding.
came
You're
out
good.
the other side all right. You did okay.
Being in broadcasting, I am very sensitive to sounds. So it was driving me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But
I understand.
I get it.
I can't stand to listen to people eat. I can do a restaurant because usually there's music and there's ambient noise. But like in my house, I have to have like a plastic fork. I don't want to hear the banging on that. I hate the sounds. I hate all of that. So I get it. Oh, gosh. Randy says, I'm more of a bird giver than bird watcher.
I get it. I've been on that freeway.
I have too. And they're pretty mean out here. So top 5 favorite owls. Your favorite owls. Go.
Gray owl, the Eurasian eagle owl, the fish owl, which we can find between Asia and northern portion of Australia. Look them up if you haven't. The southern Australian owls are babooks. There's number 5, and then that's number 4, and then probably the burrowing owl, number 5.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I won't share sound, but I can pull this up. Here's the fish owl. The Tootsie Roll owl, same. I'm going to not share the sound.
Hey.
So. But here we go.
Look at him. Isn't he all fluffy?
He's so floofy. Look at that. Let's look at all these pictures. Look at all
How
that.
do
And
you
he's
not
got
love
little,
that?
he's so cute.
Is he a little fish?
He was hungry. He needed a snack. There's his buddy. What do you think they're talking about? You're talking about the Super Bowl, aren't they?
Probably. Take
Do
it
you
away from
think
their
so?
superb owl.
That's right. Oh, barbed wire. That always bothers me when I see stuff like that. I'm like, God, that would mess up an owl pretty badly.
Yeah, they get stuck in it quite often, unfortunately.
Yeah, that bothers me. Horror movies with owls. I bet sci-fi could do one.
You know they
I bet
could.
they probably could. Here's one for the national parks, and then we'll round it out with this, and then I'll let you go.
Sure.
And do your thing. There's some burrowing owls. You can find that in Arizona and Nevada. So if you decide to do the big year, go and find some owls. There's your barn owl.
Always a safe bet.
In Arizona. You can find those in Arizona. Olympic National Park in Washington State. You can find the pygmy owl. Eastern screech owl. Find that in Congaree National Park. I'll put this in the chat. That's one thing that I love about Teddy Roosevelt, the national park system.
Agreed.
It's just great. Snowy owl in North Carolina at Cape Hatteras, I guess. Hatteras. Great horned owl in Yellowstone. See him in Yellowstone. Northern spotted owl at Mount Rainier National Park, Washington State. Federally protected bird, too. 3 subspecies of the spotted owl. Boreal owl. In Denali National Park in Alaska. You got to go all the way up, but boreal forest, right?
And worth it.
So cute. Series of tooting noises. Great gray owl again in Yosemite National Park.
One of my favorites.
He's pretty. Another burrowing owl. Oh, wait, no. They just had a generalized picture at the top. Everglades. You can see them in the Everglades. Who knew?
I'm thinking their little hovels would flood.
You would think so. Diurnal predator generally lives in burrows that other
Prairie dogs.
animals. Yet tortoises and ground squirrels have already excavated. So they steal housing.
Yeah, and their babies.
Long-eared owl. That's a serious looking face. And that's the top 10 owls that you can see in our national park system. Ones to look for. I imagine those are easily spotted for the most part. No, they're not easily spotted.
They're not. They don't want to be found, remember?
That's true.
Because if we can see them, the mice can.
That's true. Our vision is not as good as the owls.
Not even anywhere remotely close. So, cool thing before we get off that.
Oh, so go ahead.
The owl's eye is not a ball. Okay, they're conical shaped and rounded at the top.
Oh, wow.
That's why they have to turn their head, 135 degrees one way, 135 the other. They can't go all the way around. But 270 is pretty awesome. I'm nowhere close to that.
No.
But because their eyes are so long, their eyes are actually elongated. That's how, that's why they see so well. That's why their eyes can't move and their head must accommodate for that.
All that depth perception. I'm jealous.
So then they have one ear that's higher up and one ear that's lower down on all of them. So their hearing is impeccable. But I'm going to post on Twitter just a little bit. We've got one owl that actually relies more on their vision than hearing, but most others rely on their hearing more than their vision. Even though their eyes are phenomenal, they still rely on their hearing more than everything else. Just like we see in our bat cousins as well.
Man.
It's brilliant. I love it.
It's pretty awesome.
The more of it I learn, the more of it like excites me. Like, why did this happen? How did this happen? What caused this to evolve the way that it did? And I just get even more excited about it.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I wonder if we'd be able to develop any kind of hearing devices based on owl science for humans.
Yes. So sonar, the reception of sonar, we can take one that's a little bit closer, and one we have to measure the distance between the two receivers, but one that's further away, one that's closer, one that's smaller, one that's larger, and then we can measure the differences between the two and tell you exactly how far away something is.
Wow.
So hearing depth perception.
That's cool. Because my vision's going, man.
Mine's already gone.
They're like, you want bifocals? I'm like, no, I'll just take off my glasses. Thank you. I ain't old yet. I'm not grandma. Leave me alone. It's crazy. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about owls really quickly, we got about 5 minutes left. What are you doing? Are you doing anything cool? I know sometimes you hop around in different channels. Anything cool going on in your world that you want to share?
Honestly, nothing in the near future. I am face to face right now in classes, so I'm worried more about that than everything else. So safety protocols, making sure all of my faculty, all of my students are safe as much as I can. But because I live in Texas, I can't do a whole lot. Like our governor has tied our hands. Please vote. Please vote.
Yes, please vote. We recommend masks, but we can't require them for the same reasons.
Same.
Because our governor isn't that nice. And then everybody gets scared and doesn't want to go to school. So it's pretty bad. Hopefully people just get vaccinated so we can end this crap.
That would be nice, but we still have about a third of the people that haven't.
We're what, at 60%?
We're right at about that. Yep.
We need about 75 to reach herd immunity. But we keep pressing on, hoping and hoping.
So I did some math while we're on that. I did some math not too long ago because somebody said that the vaccines weren't working, which is just absolute crap. They work wonderfully. So 8 billion people are on the planet, 3.4% mortality rate. With that would be 275 million people would have perished from it. Well, the vaccines have been saving over 90%, which means we would save 245 million of those.
Yeah.
Like, that is a huge jump.
So
for somebody to say they're not working, you can use the math. I'll show you how to do it. Just hit me up on Twitter. I'm always found on Twitter. This is really the only social media I've got.
I've been like clearing out my Twitter. But no, I get it. And it's really frustrating. And I get that people are afraid and they're scared of certain things. And they're like, well, there's this and this going on. And that's where critical thinking is so important to teach at the smallest level of education, starting with kids and moving them on up there.
Absolutely.
It's just, it's really disheartening because you can sit there and say, this stuff works. And they'll say, well, I don't believe you. And there's just that one panicky side of the brain that's just constantly like really afraid and scared. And rightfully so. I get the fear, but it quiets the rational side. So
temporal escape will always win.
It will. So having to communicate with the panicky side, that's very difficult. And it's like walking on it like eggshells.
Yeah. Well, that's the benefit of science. It's proven and reproducible.
Yes.
You don't have to trust me. I teach my kids, my actual children. There are the two most powerful words in science. Prove it.
Prove it. That's right. And also, it's okay to say, I don't know. I'm having to go through and I'm rewriting the labs because our lab manuals are in back order in one of my classes. So I'm like, I'm just going to write this. You'll get a refund. I don't have time to wait. We're like well over a month into the semester. I can't do it. So I'm doing more discovery labs. And I'm like, try this.
Those are brilliant.
I like that. We were doing a density experiment. And I had a bunch of unknown metals. I'm like, all right, we'll start with 0.5 grams. See what happens. Was it enough to give you a reading for the volume? And they're like, no, it didn't move it hardly at all. Like, what should you do? Should probably use a smaller graduated cylinder. I'm like, okay, try that. And then they're like, okay, that still didn't move that much. Well, what's the other thing you can do? Could get more of it. Yeah, okay. What number you want to go with? So it's like, that's the process. You're like, what went wrong? What can I do? And that's what we're lacking a lot in education, is allowing students to make mistakes and go, what's next? Because honestly, 90% of science is failure, but people don't see that. That's that recency bias. They only see what the answer is. They don't see the 5 years of failure prior to that.
What is it? You never see the sad times in a photo album?
I do have a sad photo. I was at my grandfather's funeral and somebody took a Polaroid of the family together, and I'm sitting here going,
why would
do I smile? Or I didn't know how to do. I didn't know what to do. I'm sitting by my grandma and my brother and my sister, and I'm like, I guess I should look miserable right now.
I'm sorry to laugh at that.
No, it's funny. It is funny. And I had to give like the eulogy and stuff. I'm like, what do I say? I was 19. I'm like, what do I say? Well, I'm just going to read this stuff that somebody gave me, and then I'm going to talk about my feelings. And that's what I did. I'm like, all right, well, I just do that.
That works.
Yeah, it did. It was weird.
Y'all, if y'all say anything bad or good at my funeral, you didn't know me very well. So
no, what you do? Hey, I'll show up in like a black dress, a little sexy black dress, and I'll have like a mysterious umbrella and stand in the background, and they'll be like, "Who's that?" And I'll just silently weep. They're like, "Who is that? Who's that strange lady?" I'm like, "I loved him so much."
You're hired.
That will throw everybody through a loop. They won't know it. They won't know what's happening. Yeah, it's just weird, but you're right though. Nobody sees like the sad times in the album. They only see the outcome.
Yeah, I've got research journals full of all kinds of sad times, and it's all written down in tears.
God. Yeah. I've had a couple crying semesters in college, and that reflects quite a bit in my notes. Sitting there writing. But to be fair, nobody told me I shouldn't take all the easier classes in advance, and that's what I did. So one semester of biochem, genetics lab, then there was physics lab, and undergrad research. That was not a good fun semester.
Yeah, I would have died.
It started like 8 a.m. with biochem, and then right after that was freaking genetics, and then physics in the afternoon.
Did your advisor hate you?
I guess so. And then they had me take the wrong class for my last semester and said, "Oh, you can't take any more biology. You've maxed out. You have to go to chemistry and ask them if they can give you a class 2 months into the semester." And I had to go and beg for research credit.
Wow.
And then I ended up with a minor in chemistry because I ended up taking classes it's like biochem was both biology or chemistry. I just happened to pick the chemistry one the at least registered under that, so it would count under that and not mess up their computer. But I had to beg for research credit.
This is how people end up throwing chairs.
I'm like, so I might not get to graduate. That's great. You made me take this animal care thing for my biology class, like biology degree. They're like, go get a minor in chemistry so you can graduate. God, it's bad.
Look at you now.
I know, I'm trying. Look at both of us now, right? Oh my goodness. I'll catch up on the chat. Prince of Atheism says, I get laughed at by my customers for wearing a mask while vaccinated and not required to. I explain it to them and they say it's bullshit. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Keep doing what you know is right.
Yes. And Hemp Hill says,
Stay off of one of my Excel spreadsheets.
Oh, for real. They tend to not look at the NS findings unless it comes with a product with a celebrity spokesperson.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't all be Joe Rogan.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, but encouraging people to hurt themselves is not covered under free speech, in my opinion.
No, you're correct.
That's not free speech. But there are people who will disagree with that, but whatever.
I don't see it much different than drinking the Kool-Aid. It's just a matter of time. You know the outcome of this. We already know what will happen.
Yes. Like with climate change, I already know it's going to happen. I think I had a poster somewhere of all the Doctor Who quotes. It was like somebody had said, "Oh, this is just difficult," and he goes, "No, I'm explaining it perfectly. You just can't keep up." Keep up.
I have it written down for a reason.
Yes, wrote things down. Hopefully this will get sorted out, but we'll see. We'll see.
They call us the wise ape. I'm starting to question that.
Oh, no, we're not. Did you see? I think it's chimps are now using insects to rub on wounds of their own family.
I saw that.
That's
we
cool.
know that they've been eating different types of plants that have antibiotics in them.
Mm-hmm.
They do that about once a month or so, which is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
My question
sorting
is,
it
how
out.
long? How long have they been doing that?
That is a good question. And when are they going to get into art? That's my thing. I'm ready. I'm ready for the art.
Have you seen the TED Talk on the bonobo?
No, I haven't.
It is well worth it because they do draw, they use tools. They're roughly where we were at the Stone Age. Wow. I love it. Okay. And they did a really good job on it. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it to you. If you want to tweet it out, that's fine.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone an hour and almost 40 minutes for Superb Owl. This has been so much
owls
fun.
So much. Absolutely. I will do this as often as I can.
That would be great. We should have an annual Superb Owl. And maybe next time we can have people like call in and talk about their favorite owls too. That would be cool. Have an owl party.
I'm all for it.
Awesome.
I'll be there. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. Do not apologize for puns. I have 7:30 a.m. classes that I teach. I have one tomorrow. I have to teach at 7:30 a.m. And I totally make chemistry dad jokes. And I just wait for it to hit. And then I'll get a random ha. I'm like, thank you.
Thank you to the one person that got that.
Oh, and chimpanzees don't drink their own urine. That's right, Hemp Hill.
I don't even know what to do with that.
trying to explain to people that if your body is getting rid of it, if there's anything that's healthy in your urine, that means you're sick. So you have to go to the doctor and see if there's sugar or protein, certain proteins in there, anything that your body needs. If it's coming out in your urine, everything comes down to poo, I think also is like Scrub song. Also, everything comes down to pee.
Well, I've often wanted to hold people gently by their ears and lean, get in there, like right there, and say, "Are you in there? What do you do? Should we eat our hair? No, don't eat your hair. Owls don't. Owls let you swallow the whole thing, and they will have an owl pellet that comes back out that's just hair and bone.
You can order those, by the way.
You can, and then you can find out what kind of animal it was.
Looking at the bones.
You can put them back together.
I have to say that's one thing I do kind of miss about teaching high school biology. I did have the last place that I taught biology, I taught bio 1 and 2. And they had like all kinds of just dead animals and like the buckets. They wanted to do the dissections, but they never got around to it. So I'm like, oh, let's have fun. One former biology teacher who became an administrator, he was like, hey, so this used to be in my classroom and I'd just like you to have it. He gave me a box of human remains.
Where did that come from?
That's what I asked him. I'm like, he goes, yeah, so I think he went out somewhere in Mississippi or something, and there was a flood, and it had flooded out Indian burial ground, and they were just picking up human bones and collecting them.
Put it back.
I'm like, this is how we have poltergeist. But it was also very disrespectful. I didn't know what to do with it.
We've had boxes like that show up from time to time, and then I try to find out where did this come from. We do some analysis if it's available. If not, we inter them ourselves. And I know that they're human samples, so they need to be interred.
I know.
So,
and I had this box, and I called the local university. I called everybody. I'm like, what do I do? I know where they came from. What do I do with this? They're like, they just did not want to help me. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just leave it in my classroom. But the kids found it fascinating to be looking at human skulls with holes in it and like a whole pelvis. And I'm like, here's a femur.
Like, oh no, put it back.
I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. But right after I got that, I left and went back to grad school and got the master's in chemistry.
People.
Oh God, I'm like
so much means it like just the saying the phrase people and cadence matter. You wonder what's wrong with most of them.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's funny. But that particular school, it was pretty fun. A bunch of farm kids, cultural resistance to evolution, but we had a good time. We had a good time for the most part. It was fun. Even though there were so many stories. There's one girl, she was living with her grandparents, and there was a syphilis outbreak in the school. There was a big syphilis outbreak. One girl had serviced several football players in the locker room, and syphilis spread among the football players. Oh. And she had sores on her face. I felt so bad for her. She ended up having to drop out of school. But everybody was afraid that they were going to get syphilis off a toilet seat, and had to tell them that's like not how that works. So they were holding it all day where they wouldn't use a public bathroom. And I'm finally talking about, I'm talking about it. I'm like, hey, just go to the bathroom. It's okay. And then this one girl, she was living with her grandparents. She goes, my mom is in prison and she got syphilis from a toilet seat. I know, because she told me. And I'm going, okay, we're going to stop this conversation now. My mom was in prison and got syphilis from a toilet seat. I'm thinking, no, she didn't.
No.
But we're not going to talk about that now. Oh, Lord. People. People. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for being on the show, Dr. Steven. We've talked about
Thanks for having me.
This is fun. What a fun night to talk about owls and science. It's always a good time.
I always enjoy seeing you.
I enjoy seeing you too. And thank you guys for watching. You can follow Dr. Steven on Twitter. I'll put his link in the chat here so you can give him a follow. Really super nice guy. Will answer your questions if he can.
Yeah.
He's around to do just that. That's like his whole job and everything.
Happy to help.
So yeah, give him a follow. And I guess we'll see you guys next time. Have a safe night.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.